it appears that the next election is coming rather earlier than we had all anticipated, for reasons best known to Nigerians and the politicians. Today, we are tackling the contentious issue of dominating the national political landscape, which is the comment of no vacancy regarding 2027 election made by the APC stalwarts. This provocative statement, as it were, attributed to key figures within the ruling party, has ignited a firestorm of debate, sparking concerns about democracy, good governance, and the future of our great nation. The APC's assertion has been met with fierce criticism from opposition parties, civil society organizations, and concerned citizens. The PDP has labeled it an affront to democratic principles. Incidentally, they seem to have been the one who started this whole conversation around being in power for, is it 150 years they talked about then? While other parties, including the NNPP and Arewa Consultative Forum, have expressed reservations about its implications. Amidst this turmoil, Nigerians are left wondering, what does this mean for our democracy? Is this genuine expression of confidence or a subtle attempt to undermine the electoral process? Joining us today in the studio would be two distinguished guests, each offering unique perspective on this contentious issue. We have in the studio Comrade Daboikiabo Warmate. Comrade Warmate is the PDP chieftain and national leader of the concerned PDP League, providing insight into the opposition stand. It's a pleasure to have you join us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Even though we can mistakenly attribute your nationality to somewhere away from Nigeria, but I like the solidarity and the significance of this attire, especially to this conversation, given that we had just come out of an election a couple of days ago from that sister nation. And we also have joining us virtually from the ancient city of Kano, the Director of Publicity for the APC, Bala Ibrahim, who will be offering clarity on the ruling party's position. Good morning, Mr. Bala.
Good morning. Again, thank you very much.
All right, we may need you to speak up a bit more. Your audio is on the low side. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, and please forgive my phone. It is a China phone. Am I loud enough?
China is one of Nigeria's biggest trading partners, so we understand that perspective.
So you may have to contend with the poor quality for now.
With you because the statement came from your party. Can you help us understand the context under which the conversation around no vacancy in the presidency was made? What is that supposed to mean? Should we? Does it mean that the 2027 election is a foreclosed or foregone conclusion as far as this presidency is concerned?
Well, thank you very much. I think the whole furore arose from the statement that was made by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. And I think there is a misunderstanding or misconception of what he said. George Akume appealed. He appealed to the populace to please discontinue the discussion around 2027, when there is a government in place that has a mandate to be in power for 4 years, and it has gone less than halfway. It is too early and premature to be talking about 2027, which is almost 3 years away. And in that spirit, he said it should be understood that constitutionally and by virtue of the gentlemanly arrangement or agreement that was entered into and has been working since 1999, power oscillates between the North and the South. When the North is in power, it stayed for 8 years. Now that the South is in power, it should also be allowed to stay for 8 years. And if that is what is going to be done, it will be illogical, it will be unfair, it will be undemocratic to start thinking of replacing the president who is from the southern part of the country by someone from the northern part of the country, because the southern part of the country will be shortchanged, or there is going to be a breach of that gentlemanly agreement. And the whole thing was an appeal. It's not a directive or statement that is sacrosanct. It was an appeal he made so that the system, the polity will not be overheated. That is my understanding of the whole thing.
All right, just a few more clarity before we come back to the studio. In providing that clarity, as it were, by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, did he not stir the honestness when he went into conversation about where these powers would come from? As far as Nigeria is concerned, that gentleman agreement is a party arrangement. Who says the current president cannot be replaced by another person from the South?
Well, you see, that is a matter of convenience for the party. If the party desires to have a change of button between the people from that bloc, as long as the party decides in that line, there is nothing wrong with that. But we have not gotten to that stage. And nobody is saying the party cannot substitute the person in power with another person from his own bloc. It can even be his son if the party so wish. And in any case, even the president in power has not said he is going to contest come 2027. He has the right, but he feels it is too early to start talking about 2027 when he has not finished delivering on the promises he made for the mandate that is given to him between now and 2027.
All right. Thank you for clarifying that for us. It was good to have that. But let's come back into the studio now. With we have Comrade Daboikiabo Warmate. What's your take on what he has just said, and the statement when it came out? So Atiku gave an instant reaction to it. But where does PDP stand in this? Being that PDP has always been for rotational presidency, regional, rotating it from one region to another, even if it seems like it was completely ignored during the last election. Where does it stand now?
Well, let me start by saying that there is vacancy in the presidency, and come 2027 there will be a new occupant, and that will be PDP. Now, I agree with some aspect of the comment of the APC chieftain, the SFG, and there are parts I disagree with. And let me start with the part I and PDP disagree with, and that is no vacancy in the presidency. Constitutionally, there is vacancy. Morally, there is vacancy. Politically, there is vacancy. So the Secretary to the Government made that statement, which is not, it's a common statement. I hate that the Ondo State Governor made it. So about 4 APC chieftains have made that statement. But what is different in his own and is bringing raising dust is the fact that he went further to say that the presidency should come from the South. And that is what I agree with, that the presidency must come from the South. It's a gentleman agreement. Yes, I agree with the APC chieftain that said that the presidency is in the South for 4 years. It will be in the South for 4 years. Then in 2027, it should continue, but not with APC, not with tinubu. That is what PDP stands for. So there is vacancy. There is a political statement to excite its principle. That is all I see. Because Nigerians are the ones that will decide. It is not APC. It is not the comment of the SFG that will decide.
Okay, Comrade Warmate.
Yes.
Would it appear, or rather it does appear to Nigerians, that the APC is learning the dance step of the PDP? I think it was Comrade Ali or Bode George, I can't remember precisely, I stand to be corrected, who said the PDP was going to rule for 50 or 150 years. Are they Tony and Nene, I think it was, are they not learning your dance step? It does appear that they are beating you to that dance step as it appears.
No, the thing is that was why I say it's a common thing. PDP, we have said in 2015, not even this thing, in 2015 it was said. But the difference I told you that he said the presidency, where the presidency should come from. And not that if we, as you said, we say bad dance step, why should you learn it? Why not learn the good ones? If you assume. And there are a lot of reasons why this presidency cannot continue beyond 2027. Look at the hunger in the land. You see, we should not pretend about it. We should not play politics about it. People are suffering. People are dying. Look at our health sector. So when they come and say, I felt angry by that statement, not because it's not a common statement, because of the reality on ground today. You are removing, what is it called, fuel subsidy without any plan, without any palliative. It's wrong. Are you going to ask a child to run when this child has not started creeping? That is what is happening today. Nigerians are suffering everywhere, death everywhere. And you are saying that no vacancy. There is vacancy. I want to let the SFG know that in fact there is new occupant, not just vacancy. There is new occupant coming.
All right. Before we bring in Comrade Ibrahim back into the conversation, when Nigerians listen to the PDP, it will appear as if the problem of Nigeria started when the APC came in. It wasn't El Dorado in the days of the PDP. Do you agree with that statement?
No, I don't. Because look at what Nigerians were experiencing. In fact, there was one comedy show I saw this in Kano, a Meshai, what they call Meshai. He said he wanted to take Shai. The other one said, no, give me Jonathan. He said, they put butter, put milk, a lot of milk and everything. They said, give me Buhari or APC. The next thing, they just gave him tea without milk and sugar and this thing. That is to tell you the suffering. It's a skit, but it's passing a message. Yes, PDP, non-Nigerian today, it's not regretting the fact that they allow APC into power. So all Nigerians are regretting the fact that because PDP, we gave Nigerians the best. We did the best. Today, even those of them in APC are regretting why their party came into power.
All right, Comrade Ibrahim, the floor is yours to quickly respond to some of the submissions that have been made by Comrade Warmate. Do you justifiably agree that this government has spent enough time, to be so judged and considered not suitable to continue as far as our political spheres are concerned?
Well, I think we have to do elementary lessons on arithmetic and English, basic English, starting with the meaning of the noun vacancy, which they have been hammering on. Vacancy is a noun that simply means emptiness or empty or void or a space where something can enter or can be put in. As it is now, there is no vacancy in the villa. The villa is occupied constitutionally by the president, who was elected to stay there for 4 years. And except something, God forbid, happens, he will remain there for 4 years. And if he so wish and his party agree with him and put him forward for another election, he will contest 2027 till for another 4 years. So for God's sake, if we are going to be talking about vacancy, let us say there will be no vacancy, not that there is no vacancy, as there is no vacancy for now. And if we want to talk about 2027 and we want to challenge that, then we will say, you can say you are not happy if we say there will be no vacancy. And then when we go to the arithmetic, now constitutionally after an election under the presidential arrangement which Nigeria is using, every president is given the power to remain for 4 years. President Bala Ibrahim Tinubu was elected 2023 and we are at the tail end of 2024, which means he has 2 years and a couple of weeks to remain in power. If out of 4 years you spend less than 2 years, I think it would be illogical to conclude and say that this is the general position of your performance. Yes, if we are going to look at his mid-term report card, we can say something. And when you talk about hardship, there is nobody in Nigeria today living that will tell you there is no hardship. Everyone is feeling the pinch. Even the president admitted it himself. But there is a difference between hardship with optimism and hardship with pessimism. We believe, yes, there is hardship pursuant to the reforms or changes that are brought about by the government. And these changes are aimed at taking the country to the El Dorado. There has to be pain before we can benefit from the gains of repairs. And we are, yes, at the period of that pain. I am feeling the pain myself. Everybody is feeling the pain. And that is not to say when the PDP was in power for 16 years, it was all through ovation. No, it wasn't. There were pains. But the difference between the pains of the PDP and the pains of the APC is that they were, in their own time, it was pain with continuous recklessness. This time around, people are undergoing pains, but they are the pains of repairs that will result in good outcome for the country, and Nigerians will celebrate and pass good remarks to the president of the country at the moment, President Bala Ibrahim and PDP, whom we believe posterity is going to give a very good pass mark.
All right, Comrade Ibrahim, you know, it's a good thing you've mentioned that the hardship is biting hard for everybody. But what plans does the APC have? We had a phone-in segment where people spoke about wanting leaders with competencies that would speak for them, not just based on region. So what plans does the party have at this point in time to put in, like you said, you know, the South, it doesn't matter who the president is, but it is still going to be, you know, zoned to the South. So what plans are being put in place to put, is there a guarantee? Do you really believe that Nigerians would want to go back for this presidency, seeing what they are going through at the moment? And what plans is there to put in someone that, you know, would speak based on competency and ability to deliver?
Well, democracy is a game of numbers. Just like the people are speaking now, we are speaking, we constitute an insignificant minority of the population of Nigeria. We are just 6 or 7 of us that are talking, all including you. Now, when you put that alongside the population of 200 million people or so, you will see that we are nothing. Yes, some people are complaining and they are saying they are not seeing anything and that they want to see the end of the APC regime. But that is not to say there are no other people that are celebrating and cheering the party for the courage it's advancing in changing the narratives of the country. The party has come with a plan to change the business as usual concept that has been in operation in the country, particularly during the misrule of the PDP. So these plans are there, and it is the ambition of the APC to continue rejigging these policies and programs in such a way that, yes, even if with pain, it will ultimately take the country to a place where there is reasonable stability, where there is relative comfort, where people can begin to challenge leaders to the mandate given to them to see to it that good democratic dividends are given. It is not the ambition of the APC to misrule, maltreat, or subject the populace, the people that gave it power, to incessant hardship. No, no party will want to see that. It's a party that wants to keep giving good things so that it will continue to be in power. And if at any time the people feel it is not doing according to their wish, well, yes, they have the democratic right to use their vote to take them out. But we don't want to see that. We are going to continue giving goodies so that we remain in power until such a time that, yes, everyone is happy that APC is the party to be. It's the progressive party. That is the meaning of, or the intention of progressivism.
All right, Comrade Ibrahim, let's bring it back to Comrade Warmate. As Lillian rightly noted, we had a phone-in sessions where people expressed divergent perspective. And some of the things that came to the fore, if this is going to be a frank conversation, is the fact that Nigerians don't even understand the difference between the APC and the PDP. 1 minute you are looking at somebody, you are not even sure where he stands, because he's also not sure where he's going to fly in the next election. So it's neither here. We are not seeing the kind of constructive opposition that we need to see. When I say constructive opposition, it's not just about criticizing statement that sort of appears not favorable to you, but in offering alternative in terms of policies and the rest. And I give you a very clear example, which some persons have also mentioned. Today, when you pick a PDP state and an APC state with regards to performance, you can barely tell the difference. And if the pains that we feel is anything to go by, you begin to wonder why the APC also emerged victorious in 2 state off-cycle elections that were just conducted. So how can you help us understand the role that the PDP currently plays with regards to even helping Nigerians hold this government accountable?
Let me start by saying that PDP was not reckless during their time in power. PDP gave Nigerians the best. In fact, that is the only party we have. APC is a mistake. It's a big mistake to Nigerians. And they are saying it. They are not just, I'm not just saying it. Nigerians are saying it. And if not for that glitch, PDP would have been in power. And that's why I'm celebrating Ghanaians with this, their campaign material today. Because it's not just the people that vote that matters. The people that matters during the electoral process are those that count the votes. And that is what you just said about 2 states. Nobody today, seeing the suffering in the land, seeing how people are dying in the north, seeing how people are dying in the southeast, seeing all the crisis that the nation is facing, will open his eyes and go and vote APC. Nobody will do that. If you look at it today, although we are in court, though we are also going to court, you see that the people have decided that they want PDP back. If you go to the streets, do your research, they will tell you we want PDP back. Now, let me say this. PDP is providing constructive criticism against this government. Not like APC. People have said that you are not shouting, you are not. I said the APC came and lied to you today. Look at what you are getting. They came and told you all sorts of lies. Great problem. Claim that it was PDP. Today you are suffering it because you believe it. But we are not doing that. We are using the fact on ground, which JPC has created for us to use against them, to criticize them. PDP has been speaking against the electoral process. We brought beavers. They use it to push us out, rightly or wrongfully. But look at them. Since they came into power, they have not done any substantial improvement in the electoral process.
Right,
to build confidence of Nigerians.
Sorry to interrupt you
please,
before we run out of time now. Nigerians are saying they don't even have an option between the PDP and the APC. Being that we see politics, the same face you're seeing in the PDP is the same face you're seeing in the APC. Cross-carpeting is happening here and there. Zero-party ideologies is what is playing out. And then again, even the PDP itself, we're seeing that the house is not even in order just yet to be a solid opposition. So what options are they offering Nigerians?
You see,
exactly?
PDP, I am happy that you brought that issue of jumping, and that's why you see Ghanaians are making progress more than Nigerians. It's because of our politicians. They don't know how to stick. They are not stickers. The Ghanaian president, today elect, he has been in his party. They didn't give him ticket does not mean that he should abandon the party. That is a problem of Nigerian politicians. We should be frank about it. If you don't get, a political party just seen as SPVs to them. If I don't get my ticket, let me look for the next platform that I can use to get my ticket. That is all. Not ideology, not service, not responsibility. I want to go into this position. When I get there, I'll take responsibility. The issue today with our leaders is responsibility. If you fail, take responsibility. If you succeed, take responsibility. They don't want to take responsibility. And leadership is all about responsibility. And that is not being provided by this APC government. And you talk about PDP trying to, you see, there is no large family that don't have internal wrangling. And we have our own share of that internal wrangling, which we are managing. The present NWC is managing very well. You saw what happened. Today, one of the issues why I said I agree with the second part of the SGF statement was what led to we losing the 2023 general election. Because the impulse, Nigerians, if you feel the pulse of Nigerians, you'll see that they want a certain person to emerge as Nigerian president. But the PDP threw the ticket open as against its constitution section 7.3. So that is the issue. And that is why when the SGF said it should remain in this south, I totally agree with that fact, that it should remain in the south for the next 4 years. And PDP is working towards that direction. And PDP is trying to unite, and we are providing. See, let me tell you, we will not behave like APC that came and lied to you people, lied to Nigerians. We will give you fact. Look at it. Look at the fact on ground. See what these people have done. Compare just to pose it with Nigeria, what we did when we were in power. You cannot rely on them. You can rely with us. Give us the chance. Because the power is in the hands of Nigerians. That is it.
Thank you very much. I'm happy that we are going to leave this conversation on the note of agreement between both parties. We have had in the studio Comrade Warmate, who is a PDP chieftain and the national leader of the concerned PDP League. It's a pleasure to have had you join us in the studio.
Thank you.
I hope the Ghanaians will give you a wife from that. And also joining us virtually from the Asian city of Kano is the Director of Publicity of the APC, Bala Ibrahim. It was a pleasure having you join us all the way from Kano.
It's my pleasure also being with you. Thank you very much.
When you return to Abuja, I hope you will bring our kilishi along.
I'll try.
All right. Do have a great day ahead. Looking forward to when you return, and to you also have a great week ahead of you. I wish
Thank you very much.
allowed us to continue on this program, but we will continue to have these gentlemen come around and interface with developments in polity as time progresses. We will take a quick breather. When we return, the show continues. Please don't go away.